opposite from the best.
Yeah.
Guess reaction to what you saw today and where you're going, and kind of preview it if you could, please.
Yeah, obviously super excited to be chosen as the #1 overall seed. I think we've earned it. It wasn't given. And you go to Baton Rouge, it's a hard golf course. It can get windy there. Obviously, we don't know the weather forecast yet. It's too far out. But it'll be similar to the AU Club, too, which would be good. It'd be a good preparation for us to get ready to go. And, we just got to do a good job. We're going to meet with the team here after the selection show's over completely and kind of go over our plans and our itinerary and make sure they're ready to go and ready to play.
You keep that edge and that
Yeah,
chip.
that's going to be discussed. I can promise you that.
Yeah, for this team, competition has been kind of the theme all year. How beneficial is that during this time when you have a little bit of a break before you get ready for regional play?
Yeah, we got incredible depth. We have some guys that can flat out play, and they can play in a lot of different places throughout the country. And I believe in iron sharpens iron. And they push each other, they've challenged each other, they've encouraged each other, they've supported each other, and it's really, really helped us, I think, as we've evolved as a team throughout the year. And their connectivity is phenomenal as well, which I think the more connected you are, the more committed you are.
What did you think of the region, Nick, as a whole, the top 5 or 6 seeds?
I mean, there's a lot of good teams, a lot of great coaches, a lot of great programs. You got Casey Martin in Oregon, you got Jamie Green at Duke, Texas Tech, Virginia, Ohio State. I mean, South Carolina's a 10 seed, and they're an SEC team, and they're very good, and they're going to want to, pay us back for beating them this past week.
For you guys, just you've had success. You won a lot of tournaments. A lot of people go, hey,
Thank you.
Regionally, you go, you guys want to win every time you go out. That's the goal.
Absolutely. And that's what we prepare for. That's what we're practicing for. We're going to go win a regional championship, and that's our plan.
When you had a little time, maybe on the trip home or since Sunday, for it to sink in and look back, what thoughts came to mind that maybe you didn't have right in the moment, if any, just in terms of how it went?
I've had a little bit. I had to, be at a dinner Sunday night, and I had to play in an NIL event Monday. So I've been going 9 miles a minute. I've had it sink in a little bit, just as far as it's very difficult to win in this league. You got to enjoy it too. I told our guys that too. Like, you got to enjoy this. Like, you're going to remember this for the next 20 plus 30 years, 40 years of your life, and it's special. But we got to reset, and nothing's given. Job's not finished. We got a lot to play for. And we got to go win a regional championship, which we've only done once, since I've been here. They're hard to win at regionals, and our plan is to go there and compete.
You've talked in the past a bit about at nationals kind of having a good, if you guys advance to having a good team, maybe not getting over the hump to that point to kind of win that. Now you are the #1 overall team. Does this depth you mentioned, collection of freshmen and veteran guys, is that the blend of the team that can win a national championship?
I think so. I think our connectivity is phenomenal. I think we have a shared vision, and we go over our vision every time we meet. And I'll repeat it when I'm in there today. And I think every time you have a shared vision, you have a greater purpose. And I think this group is special, and I've coached a lot of special teams too. I think it ultimately comes down to playing well at the right time. And being comfortable in your environment and playing with a lot of freedom too. I think sometimes, I think the quarterfinals of match play this past week, we're at 1 seed, we're playing Alabama. You can tell the guys are low uptight, even at breakfast. There's less words spoken, and when this group plays with a little more, I call it at least loose, free, and cocky, but when they play with a little bit more freedom, they're hard to beat.
How do you keep that for now the #1 overall?
You just try to just make sure they're having fun. Realize why you play this game when you're a kid too. When the stakes go up, just make sure they're having fun. Because when they get serious and everything like that, it's tough for some of them.
How much better do you think the 3, 4, 5 guys can get toward the end of the season? And are there other guys that are 6, 7, 8 that can challenge to get in the mix here?
I think we're pretty set on our top 6. We got great leadership. We got great players. Do we have other guys that could play? Yeah, we do. But there's a blend of maturity. There's a blend of self-confidence, and guys that just have a high skill set to perform mentally and physically. We feel very, very good about our team.
Yes. Following up on that, how much you talked a little bit about this over the weekend, but how much has Josiah solidified himself as part of that lineup now as a freshman, kind of getting to this point?
Well, I'll say this. He hasn't played in the starting 5 but twice, but I think he's played. Tucker had to fact check this, but I think he's played 8 or 9 tournaments.
29 rounds. 29
rounds, and I think that says a lot to the resources and our support of our administration to be able to go out there and not even play in the starting five, but you had to compete. And I think he's just kind of figured out who he is as a year, typical freshman, right? And he's figuring out who he is, becoming his own man. He's learned how to practice, learned how to prepare, just everything. Being a student athlete, being an 18-year-old kid, and he's really kind of coming into his own. And I think everybody had a little breakout week last week, and everybody's starting to realize who he is and how good he really is too. He's special. He's got PGA Tour skill, is what he has.
Along with Jackson, how do you keep him, one to SEC as a freshman overall player, and how do you keep him kind of focused on?
It's easy
at such a
him.
young age.
He's got bigger things on his list and things that he wants to accomplish. He's highly mature, highly competitive, and trust me, he can flat out play, and he'll be ready to go. I'm not worried about him.
And he's been there from the beginning. How valuable is that? Because you hear like, at the end of the year, he hadn't been a freshman for a while, has he?
Well, yeah, but there's occasions he acts like a freshman.
Yeah.
He met with me one-on-one in January, and he's like nervous about qualifying. I'm like, dude, you're one of the best players in the country. Just go play. Trust me. I just said, hey, listen, if the van is cranked, there's probably a good chance you're going to be in it. I promise you that.